Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Canal Algérie's nightly news. On to the headlines. The President of the Republic commands the Algerian workers' sacrifices and abnegation on the occasion of the International Labour Day. The President of the Republic receives the Sahrawi President Ibrahim Ghali. The President of the Republic receives the Ghanaian Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Opiedzeto Ablakwa. Morocco once again involved in drug trafficking, an instrument heavily used to support illicit transactions and criminal groups. Welcome back. On the occasion of the International Labour Day, President Abdelmajid Tebboune sent a message honoring Algerian workers' sacrifices and reaffirming our country's commitment to economic progress and social justice. The full message with Min Al-Mafu.
Extend my warmest wishes to you on the occasion of the International Workers' Day, celebrated every year on May 1st. This day is an opportunity to reaffirm our determination to continue the process of national development, a path laid out by our forebears, including the valiant martyrs, mujahideen, activists, and all the devoted sons and daughters of this nation. Their sacrifices were made to preserve the independence of our decision-making, as well as the nation's resources and capacities, and to contribute to the rise of a strong, diversified economy, one that upholds the pride, dignity, and sovereignty of our country. We celebrate this occasion with the same resolve to build on the achievements secured for our workers. These include the unprecedented increases in salaries thanks to a broad revision of pay scales, benefit systems, and retirement allowances and pensions alongside significant tax relief. These gains will continue to be strengthened in line with the commitments we have made to ensure that workers enjoy a decent standard of living and a peaceful family life. This reflects the state's commitment to preserving the dignity of its citizens and to embedding the protection of their rights in legal texts governing professional careers and retirement. This includes measures already enacted, such as the extension of maternity leave and the lowering of the retirement age for teachers in all three education levels, as well as those we have instructed the government to develop, revise, or enrich. These reforms aim to reinforce job stability while continuing efforts to combat all threats to purchasing power, particularly through action against speculation, exploitation, and greed. This occasion is a renewed opportunity for us on this May 1st to collectively remember the sacrifices of the heroes of the glorious liberation revolution and to express our pride in the loyalty shown by Algerian workers and trade unionists to their country. From the founding of the General Union of Algerian Workers on February 24, 1956, through the dark days of the national tragedy, workers and unionists stood firm. During that dark period, they resisted the barbaric and destructive terrorist scourge, defending the nation-state and its institutions with bravery and dignity. These men and women, workers and trade unionists, will remain etched in the memory of our future generations, who will draw inspiration from their commitment and from the highest values of patriotism and honor, embodied in the lives and struggles of martyrs such as Isa Tidir and Abdel Haq Ben Hamouda and their comrades who fell during the Liberation Revolution, as well as the martyrs of national duty. May Allah bestow His mercy upon them all. A victorious Algeria, the President adds in his message, counts on its sons and daughters, workers across all fields, who, with the same dedication and loyalty, are helping at this critical juncture to shape a modern economic model. They are the foundation of our new economic directions and represent the sustainable wealth of the nation, alongside a highly skilled, competent and ambitious youth able of harnessing intelligence and technology to fuel an entrepreneurial dynamic like that which drives growth in emerging countries. To this new generation, determined to seize opportunities for success through creative initiatives, I extend my warmest greetings and unwavering encouragement, recognizing in them the spirit of challenge and renewal that strengthens our country's economic potential. I also extend my best wishes to all Algerian workers, men and women, on the occasion of the International Workers' Day, wishing them success in their roles across all sectors and in all activities that contribute to wealth creation and prosperity for our beloved Algeria. Long live Algeria, and glory to our martyrs.
The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received today at the headquarters of the Presidency of the Republic the President of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, Ibrahim Ghali. After hailing the emblem and reviewing the formation of the National Guard, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, shook hands with the President of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, Ibrahim Ghali. Later on, both presidents held bilateral talks during which they discussed bilateral relations binding the two countries. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, then accompanied the President of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, Ibrahim Ghali, to see him off before hailing the emblem. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, also received the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Ghana, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. The audience took place in the presence of the Principal Private Secretary to the Presidency of the Republic, Ba'alam Ba'alam, the Minister of State of Foreign Affairs, the National Community Abroad and African Affairs, Ahmed Attaf. Following this meeting, the Foreign Minister of Ghana reiterated the importance of bilateral cooperation, notably in military defense, to face terrorism and violent extremism that undermine the stability of the region.
I've just finished a very good meeting with the President of Algeria, and President Tebboune has been very warm and very hospitable. We've had very great discussions. I extended very warm greetings from his brother, President John Dramani Mahama of Ghana, and he has extended an invitation to President Mahama to visit this year before the year ends, and President Mahama will gladly honor the invitation. I want to thank my brother, the Foreign Minister, for the very cordial discussions we have had. We have signed an agreement to have a visa waiver agreement for holders of diplomatic and service passports, and we have committed that we will sign another agreement to cover ordinary passports so that we can deepen the trade amongst our people and also extend our relations to the masses so that it's not just at the governmental level. We want to see more people-to-people cooperation. We want to see more visits. And we are working also towards establishing a direct air travel between Ghana and Algeria, because we currently do not have a direct air travel, and it's very cumbersome and laborious to travel from Ghana to Algeria. We have also discussed with the President the need to collaborate to have a Ghana-Algeria defense cooperation because of the threat of terrorism and violent extremism, which is destabilizing our sub-region. You have heard about the terrorists who have taken control of large parts of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. And you know that President Mahama has been helping to mediate and to serve as a bridge between Ghana and the AES countries. And we believe that rapprochement, diplomacy, negotiations is the best way forward. Instead of violence, instead of war, it is better that we adopt a diplomatic solution to the crisis in the Sahel. And we have received firm support from the Algerian president that they will support President Mohamed's initiative to dialogue with the AES countries. Ultimately, Ghana and Algeria have committed to strengthen our relations. We are long-time allies.
The Foreign Minister of Ghana also hailed the distinguished historical relations between Algeria and Ghana, expressing his aspiration to promote it to even wider horizons.
We fought together against colonialism. The Algerian flag and the Algerian national anthem, the first time the flag was hoisted outside Algeria, it was in Ghana. We are conscious of that beautiful history. The first time the Algerian anthem was played outside Algeria was in Ghana when Frantz Fanon and our first president, President Kwame Nkrumah, worked together. We were together in proposing the Organization of Africa Unity, and we have long been working together. When we formed the non-aligned movement, we were together as founding fathers, and we will continue to be together to create a world that prioritizes humanity, that prioritizes compassion, that prioritizes trust. We don't believe in transactional and, if you like, very opportunistic relationships. We believe that there should be trust, there should be a win-win situation when we relate with each other, and that is how we consider Algeria. And we will continue to work together. We'll continue to deepen our relations, and we are looking forward to a very lasting, more progressive and positive relations between our two countries. So it's been a great meeting. We are also going to see more scholarships for Ghanaian students. We've committed to that. We are also going to see more economic engagements. We will have new partnership for oil and gas arrangements to supply to Ghana. And we are also looking forward to receiving President Tebboune to visit our country. And I am also looking forward to hosting my counterpart because I am very eager to return the favor which they have extended to us. So it's been a very, very good engagement so far with the President, with the Foreign Minister, and we are looking forward to the rest of our meetings. So long live Ghana-Algerian relations, and I know that these are very, very good times, great times for Ghana-Algeria relations, and it can only get better from where we are now. Thank you very much.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Ghana also held face-to-face talks with the Minister of State, Minister of Foreign Affairs, the National Community Abroad and African Affairs, Ahmed Attaf. Both sides reviewed historical distinguished relations binding Algeria and Ghana in different dimensions and areas, as well as means to give it a new momentum. President Abdelmadjid Tebboune reaffirmed the vital role of Algerian workers in national development while highlighting major progress in wages, pensions, healthcare, youth inclusion, and the fight against unemployment, advances that impact millions across the country. Rauf Hamouche and Manan Mafo.
May 1st, International Labour's Day, stands as both a symbol of the fight for labour rights and a moment to reflect on recent social progress. Since 2020, improving workers' conditions has been a national priority, with key measures including the raise of the national minimum wage, the elimination of income tax on low earnings, and significant increases in salaries, benefits and pensions. Since taking office in December 2019, President Abdelmadjid Tebboune has made social justice a cornerstone of his agenda, most notably with a historic wage increase of up to 47%, set to reach 100% after more than a decade without adjustment.
On ne peut que se réjouir.
Today, salary increases have reached 47% with plans to rise to 100%. There is hope that workers in the economic sector will soon begin to see similar progress.
Ils suivront un petit peu ce rythme d'amélioration du pouvoir d'achat.
The same commitment has been shown to retirees, whose pensions are now guaranteed to be no less than the national minimum wage set at 20,000 dinars. This measure reinforces national solidarity. In key sectors like education and healthcare, new reforms have been introduced, including a reduction in the retirement age for teachers, career advancements for medical professionals, and the inauguration of new healthcare facilities. It is a very hard job. After 20 or 25 years, the teacher does not have the same energy. It becomes tiring. We hail this decision. We thank the President of the Republic for his decision, which is undoubtedly beneficial for teachers. We thank the President's decision aimed at restoring dignity for health workers, doctors, nurses, and all staff. Algeria's social policy continues to support young job seekers, with over 2 million receiving unemployment benefits while awaiting integration into the workforce. To counter inflation, the state has expanded price caps on essential goods. Housing remains a priority, with nearly 2 million units distributed and 2 million more planned. Healthcare is also advancing, with new hospitals and clinics inaugurated. These achievements reflect the President of the Republic's commitment to a strong social state and the vital role of the national talents in the sustainable development of the country.
In recognition of their efforts and valuable contributions to the media scene throughout the years, the establishment of the national television honored its retirees on the occasion of World Labor Day. The ceremony was attended by the Minister of Communication, the head of EPTV, the Secretary General of the Workers' Union, and the establishment's employees. Tasked by the President of the Republic, the Minister of War Veterans and Rights Holders, Leider Biga, participated in the city of Ho Chi Minh of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam in the commemorative ceremony of the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the south of Vietnam and the unification of the country, per the invitation of the Vice Premier, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Vietnam. Minister Biga was also received by the Vietnamese president, to whom he conveyed the brotherly greetings of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, as well as his congratulations for the friendly Vietnamese state and people. For his part, the Vietnamese president expressed gratitude and his highest regard to the President of the Republic, all while noting the quality of the bilateral relations and the willingness of his country to further reinforce bilateral relations to live up to the historical relations between Algeria and Vietnam. On behalf of the President of the Republic, the Secretary of State to the Minister of Foreign Affairs in charge of the national community abroad, Sofian Shaib, signed a condolences book at the Embassy of the Islamic Republic of Iran following the explosion of the biggest commercial port in the country that claimed dozens of lives and left behind many wounded. Shaib expressed on the occasion Algeria's full solidarity with the Islamic Republic of Iran following this painful ordeal. On to the government meeting chaired by the Premier Nadir Al-Arbawi. It was devoted to the follow-up of the implementation of the instructions of the President of the Republic related to the full activation of the system related to the economic land system devoted to investment, notably the one-stop shop. In the same setting, the government listened to a presentation of the development of the lithium sector in Algeria with the examination of the potentials of national mining, as well as the development of a network for their domiciliation of the added value and the valorization process of this key resource in the framework of a world energy transition. Additionally, the government examined the advancement state of the development and rehabilitation program of wastewater treatment plants that aim to protect the environment and to preserve the health of citizens. The government also listened to a presentation on the Professional Baccalaureate project as part of a global vision aiming at the promotion and valorization of professional education. Lastly, the government followed the advancement rate of certain major health and sport infrastructure projects. On to the operational report of the People's National Army's activity in the past week. In the context of the fight against terrorism, and thanks to the efforts of units of the PNA, detachments of the PNA arrested 6 support elements to terrorist groups in different operations across the national territory. In the framework of the fight against organized crime and in continuation of the tireless efforts aimed at countering the scourge of drug trafficking in our country, combined detachments of the PNA intercepted, in coordination with the different security services in operations across the military regions, 38 drug traffickers and averted attempts to introduce 9 quintals and 91 kilograms of processed keef through the borders with Morocco, while 105,102 psychotropic tablets were seized. In Tamras, Barbaji Mukhtar, in Saleh and Janet, detachments of the People's National Army arrested 689 individuals and seized 24 vehicles, 355 generators, 176 jackhammers, 3 metal detectors, as well as quantities of mixture of raw gold and stones, explosives, detonation tools, and other equipment used in illegal gold mining operations. On the other hand, 19 other individuals were arrested, 2 automatic pistols, 4 hunting rifles, and over 60,000 liters of fuel, as well as 20 quintals of tobacco and 3 tons of foodstuffs intended for smuggle and speculation were seized during separate operations across the national territory. Similarly, border guards sorted at the level of our national coast attempts at illegal immigration and proceeded to save 122 individuals aboard traditionally made boats, while 856 illegal immigrants of different nationalities were arrested across the national territory. That's the end of the communiqué. Coming up in our news edition. Algeria is honored at the Osaka 2025 Universal Exhibition, an important event to promote the national patrimony in Japan and elsewhere. Welcome back. Algeria has thwarted new destabilization attempts, uncovering a vast network tied to drugs, weapons, and foreign interference, including alleged links to France. These revelations highlight serious threats to national security. Manal Maafa and Walis Yusfi explain.
These images reveal the scale of ongoing attempts to destabilize Algeria. On August 4, 2024, at the port of Béjaïa, a routine check by the gendarmerie uncovered a deeply alarming discovery: a cache of military-grade weapons. Among the seized items were 21 automatic rifles, hundreds of rounds of ammunition, explosives, knives, and loaded magazines. According to authorities, the operation was carefully orchestrated and linked to the terrorist group MAC, which operated from abroad, particularly from France. This case is not isolated. In Mostaganem province, police intercepted the largest shipment of ecstasy tablets ever recorded in Africa. Over 1.65 million pills smuggled from Marseille. The street value was estimated at 4 billion dinars, or nearly 26 million euros. While some of these networks operate from Europe, others benefit from local complicity, especially Algeria's western borders, where the Mahsen regime is accused of playing an enabling role. In the face of such threats, Algeria remains on high alert. Its security forces, acting with professionalism and resolve, continue to foil plots aimed at undermining the country's security and stability.
Morocco remains a major producer of cannabis resin, fueling European drug markets despite international efforts. As Spain steps up seizures, questions grow over Morocco's appearance and action against its deeply rooted and organized trade.
Morocco has long held its place as one of the world's top producers of cannabis resin. Despite international crackdowns, this illicit product continues to pour into European markets, especially Spain, where tightened border controls have led to frequent and significant drug seizures by the Spanish Civil Guard. In the city of Ceuta, authorities recently intercepted a vehicle carrying nearly 640 kilograms of cannabis. Just this month, police dismantled a drug trafficking ring, seizing 61 kilograms of cannabis and 64,000 psychotropic pills. In a major operation last March, 23 members of a criminal network specializing in large-scale cannabis imports from Morocco were arrested. Yet, on the Moroccan side, there seems to be little evidence of long-term measures or concrete action to stop this deeply entrenched and organized trade. Its continued existence suggests a level of tolerance or even complicity within certain circles. Drug trafficking out of Morocco has evolved into a complex issue that touches on economics, security, geopolitics, and social stability. It fuels black market economies and strengthens organized crime groups, while the apparent lack of decisive response from Moroccan authorities raises serious doubts about their commitment to combating the problem.
Gaza faces a worsening humanitarian catastrophe. Zionist airstrikes devastate civilian infrastructure and block vital aid, with famine looming and accusations of war crimes mounting. International pressure is growing to halt this crisis. Salila Balaman and Miriam Danis.
The humanitarian crisis in the Gaza Strip has reached a flashpoint. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, is sounding the alarm and urging the international community to take immediate action to prevent an even greater catastrophe. The Zionist military stands accused of placing explosives in densely populated areas and deliberately destroying key civilian equipment, including water tankers and excavators. As a result, humanitarian aid remains paralyzed. The Zionist entity tightly controls all international aid entering Gaza, assistance that is essential for the survival of the enclave's 2.4 million residents. Bakeries have shut down, flour and fuel are unavailable, and food reserves are shrinking by the day. Volker Turk has condemned the use of starvation as a weapon of war, calling it a criminal act under international law. He emphasized that third-party states have a legal obligation to act, halt the violations, and bring those responsible to justice. Meanwhile, Amnesty International has accused the Zionist entity of carrying out a live genocide in Gaza. In its latest annual report, the organization condemned the war, the humanitarian blockade, and the systematic destruction of civilian infrastructure. It documented the obliteration of hospitals, schools, livelihoods, and entire families. Trapped under siege and relentless bombardment, the people of Gaza continue to suffer the full weight of a war with no reprieve.
At Expo 2025 in Osaka, Algeria's pavilion offers visitors an immersive glimpse into the country's vibrant culture, strategic ambitions, and youthful energy, positioning itself as a rising force on the global stage. Salila Balaman and Amira Safta.
Visitors to the Algerian pavilion at the Osaka World Expo 2025 in Japan are taken on a captivating journey through the rich cultural and civilizational depth of Algeria, the largest country in Africa. I was blown away by the beauty of the Algerian pavilion. Now I truly want to visit this fascinating country. Unlike Japan, Algeria has a young population, which makes me believe its future is full of potential. I must admit I didn't know much about Algeria, but this pavilion has expanded my understanding of the country. The pavilion also highlights Algeria's major strategic projects in energy, water resources, and transport, demonstrating a forward-looking vision with innovative solutions. I learned so much and I'm genuinely captivated by this country. Algeria's participation in this exhibition is a unique opportunity to showcase its many strengths. The country aims to open new avenues for cooperation, attract investment, and share with the world its vision of a future-oriented society, fully aligned with the theme of the event. Throughout the exhibition, the Algerian Pavilion will host a wide range of events and activities promoting both the tangible and intangible heritage of the country, further strengthening Algeria's international presence.
And with that, we end tonight's news. Thank you for watching. Good night.